everybody? It's N55 Mars and I am back. I miss you guys. Hope you guys miss me as well. But we are finally back. We're in the garage. I have winter storage. We got some heaters because it is freezing and I'll make sure we're trying to stay warm in here. So today we're going to take off the front bumper on my F30. But before we do that, quick little channel update. And those of you who are not really into it, or I guess in 2 years or so when it's not really relevant, I will make sure there is a timestamp in the video of where to jump to. But we are in the middle of winter here in Ontario, Canada, and it's cold and the car's parked. I'm telling you, we have a lot of parts. I have parts in my room, I have parts in my trunk, I have parts in the garage, I have parts in the shed. So we have a lot of different fun and hopefully powerful mods to do to the F30. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Well, first step of mostly anything working in a car is to jack up the car. So that's what we shall do. Must be magic. For me, in my case, since we have more mods coming, as previously mentioned, I am going to take off the wheels. However, taking off the wheels and removing the bumper is not a necessary step. And you also can just turn the wheel the other way to access the bolt in the inner fender liner. So let me get right to it. Now that the bumper is off, so not only do we get a better view of working inside the fender well, I will have a photo of the front of the bumper with how many bolts that go where, as well as what kind of attachment or socket that you will need to remove said bolt or fastener. So with no further ado, let's get right into this fender well and start removing some bolts. Inside the passenger front fender well, we now see we have 1, 2, 3 8mm fasteners, and there's 2 in the bumper. So there is one there and there's another behind here, which you will need an extension for. That's why I do have this, a 6-inch extension and of course an 8mm. So let's get to it. Popped off this cover so I could bend this back a little more so you guys can see it. So this was the longer bolt within the bumper. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 removed. This is 4, and if you follow it right next to it, you can see right there on the center of the screen, that's number 5. So let's get right to that. All 5 bolts or screws, just say, are off the bumper. This can be pulled back. This bumper can be wiggled out. And for my PDC folks, don't forget to disconnect the module, which is this. And I shall do that right now. Is that the passenger side is done. We'll do the exact same thing on the driver side, minus the PDC control. That there's no need to plug it out because we plugged it on this side. But the 8mm screws, are the exact same way in the exact same position. So I'll do that off camera and then I'll join you guys up top. Okay, so now that I did finish the driver side, up top you're gonna need a T25 and a T30. So first we're gonna remove this weather stripping. And you see our T25 behind there, another T25 behind there as well, and behind this weather stripping will be 6 T30s and just pressure clips that will be pried apart, and that will be the top. So let's get right to it. The top is very easy. Now we're going to the bottom now, and I'm pretty sure we all know what's coming. It's going to be a bunch of 8mm fasteners, basically that holds on the skid tray, and of course along the front of the bumper. Now that we are underneath the bumper, we can see there is a push pin here, another one there, a screw, another screw, a push pin, and 2 push pins, and another screw. So that leaves a total of 3 screws and 4 push pins on one side, and of course whatever happens on one side will be mirrored on the other. So let's get right to it. That should be everything, both sides, top and bottom fasteners. So now the bumper should be able to be pulled off. Wait! This is me in the future telling you not to forget to remove the front license plate bracket like I did. you'll find on the end of the video that the reason why the crash foam does break is because the screws actually go into it. So don't forget to remove it and don't end up like me and save yourself $150. Everyone, there you have it. Now the F30 has its front bumper removed. However, in the process, I do believe I broke the foam crash bar that sits behind it. I'll make sure to give everyone a close-up look to it. So as you can see, this part's broken off. It's still on there, and then this top latch is still on there. I believe it literally just is for maybe sound insulation and as well as definitely crash protection. I believe that's just all it is. It's actually pretty dense. I want to say thank you for joining me, and that is one of the first steps in our very long, very fun winter project with this F30. So once again, thank you all for watching. Make sure you share with your friends, and I hope you found this video interesting. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time, and 55 more.